Just how good are the 24-6 Tampa Bay Rays?
Okay, the 24-6 almost speaks for itself. The Golden State Warriors are supposed to go 24-6. That's an NBA thing for you, Joel.
Thank you.
Baseball teams are not supposed to do that, so I am tired of hearing about their schedule, about their payroll, about all the guys that people in multiple time zones have never heard of. This team is the real deal. They lead the sport in everything. Runs, slash line, ERA, home runs hit, home runs allowed. They're amazing how good they are. And they're 24-6. Have we mentioned that? Every team in the last 100 years that started 24-6 or better has made it to the postseason.
Wow.
I mean, you're looking at the only two teams in the last 40 years that have done it. The Cubs of 16, the Tigers of 84, legendary teams, won the World Series. Why would we think this team isn't capable of that?
Yeah, you mentioned all the things you're tired of. I'm tired because I did watch Golden State play last night. Al, 24-6.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Rays.
I know you say about, first of all, they are now playing better teams, right? I think early on you could say, okay, who they're playing, all that. I think the last time I checked, the Pirates, are they still the best record in
the National League?
Okay,
I think they're tied for it now, right?
I am so fascinated and have been intrigued for years. And I think often we associate superstar players, big money players with success.
Right.
This franchise, you can't overlook the fact that they either can't afford a high payroll or not. Since 2019, they've been, this year they're 28th in payroll, last year 23rd, 26th, 28th, and 19 they were 30th. You know, only two organizations in that time have higher winning percentage.
That's right.
But can I say?
Dodgers and the Astros.
Can I say something about the payroll, though, Al?
Yeah.
We look at the payroll, and of course, this is the limit of what they spend. But if there was a dispersal draft in Major League Baseball, what's the real value of their roster? What would Wander Franco get right now if everyone could bid on him? What would a Rosarena get? What would Shane McClellan get?
A lot.
Like the actual thing is their talent is worth more than the Yankees' talent on their roster.
Okay, so here, do we peel it back? Eric Nylander.
Yeah.
You go back to the days of Andrew Friedman and Matt Silverman. And, the organization is doing something very special in the lab of whatever they're doing with their analytics department, large analytics department. I know they're not the only one. But what they do well, that a lot of teams end up either marginally fall in love with their core players if it does get them to postseason or World Series, right? You end up signing certain players. They have historically traded, at times prematurely, I think, if you're a fan of a fan base, of star players. And, I just wanted to throw out just a few of them, and this is some of the pitchers, but there's been others that you acquire, young, talented players that you have under control, that you're not going to pay that much, and they have done an unbelievable job. They have to be the envy for other franchises and front offices, in particular owners, when you look at what payroll correlates with what you just said, Joel. What would some of these players, Randy Rosarena's having a MVP-type season, and you mentioned, Yandy Diaz and others, McClanahan. I just marvel. I marvel at the consistency of what they're able to do without having high payroll guys.
Yeah, you used the term prematurely, but I look at that list. I think that they probably won every one of those trades. They were maybe premature to the fan base,
right? Because
they like the player, David Price, James Shields, etc. But go look at their roster now. You know what? It's on it. All players 22 to 31. They don't keep a guy on their roster who's like, to your point, you get the money for what you did. Mm-hmm. They pay for what they're getting. Mm-hmm. So
super disciplined.
They make the best trades in baseball because they know exactly when a player's peak value is, and they max it out. It's amazing.